What a 580 score unlocks in Kentucky. FHA, 3.5% down payment, flexible debt ratios, VA, no minimum credit score from VA, 0% down, eligible veterans, USDA, 0% down in eligible rural areas may require manual underwriting.
Hey, so if you're in Kentucky and you're dreaming about owning your own home, but there's this one little number that's kind of keeping you up at night, yeah, your credit score, then you're in the right place. We're about to dive into a question we get all the time. Is a 580 score a total deal breaker? Right? This is the big question, that three-digit number that feels like a giant wall between you and that house you've been dreaming about. So let's just get right to it. Can a 580 credit score actually stop you from buying a home in Kentucky? The short answer, absolutely not. It's a total myth. And look, in this explainer, we're going to show you exactly why that number doesn't have to be a dead end. Honestly, for a lot of people, it's actually the starting point. Okay, so let's start by just tearing this myth apart. Why does a 580 score feel like such a hard no for so many people? And more importantly, what's the real story here? You know, it really all comes down to context. See, a 580 score, that's technically in the fair range. And yeah, it's true. Most conventional loans, they're going to want to see a 620 or higher. But here's the thing. Conventional loans aren't the only game in town, not even close. There are these amazing government-backed programs out there built for this exact reason, to give lenders the confidence they need to say yes, even if your credit isn't perfect. So, if that main road, the conventional loan, is a little bumpy, what's the detour? Well, that's what we're getting into next. Your real path to homeownership. Let's check out the tools that were literally made for this. All right, meet your new best friends, FHA, VA, and USDA loans. These are the big three. And what makes them so special is that they're government insured. Basically, the government has the lender's back, which makes the lender way more comfortable saying yes to someone with a credit history that's, well, a little more human. Just think of them as three different keys, and one of them is probably going to fit the lock on your future front door.
Okay, so we've got three solid options on the table, but which one is the right one for you? Let's put them up against each other and see how they stack up.
First up, the FHA loan. Now, this is the one you hear about all the time, especially for first-time homebuyers. And its superpower? It's just super flexible. With a 580 credit score, you can get in the door with as little as 3.5% down. Now, the trade-off is you do have to pay mortgage insurance, but for so many people, that's the small price to pay to make the whole dream possible. Next, we've got the VA loan, and this is just an incredible benefit for our eligible veterans and active duty service members. I mean, the big headline here is just, wow, 0 down payment. Plus, you don't have to pay that monthly mortgage insurance, which is a massive long-term saving. There is a one-time funding fee, but you can usually just roll that right into the loan. It's a fantastic deal. And then there's our third option, the USDA loan. This is another one with a 0 down payment, which is amazing, but it's all about location, location, location. It's designed to help people buy homes in eligible rural areas. And you'd be surprised how much of Kentucky actually qualifies. Just a heads up, though, these loans do have some income limits because they're really aimed at helping out moderate income families. Okay, let's just lay this all out nice and simple. With your 580 score, the FHA loan needs 3.5% down. Pretty good. But if you're an eligible veteran or you're buying in the right part of Kentucky, you could be looking at $0 down with a VA or USDA loan. So you can see how this shakes out, right? FHA is your flexible friend, VA is an earned benefit for service, and USDA is a golden ticket for folks in many parts of the state. All right, numbers on a chart are one thing, but what does this actually look like for real people? Let's talk about some actual Kentuckians who were in your shoes and made it happen. Let's start with Jennifer in Lexington. Her score, 583. Sound familiar? She went with an FHA loan, put just 3.5% down, and guess what? She's a homeowner. I mean, that's the FHA loan doing exactly what it's designed to do. How about Maria? She's a veteran down in Louisville. Her score was a 584. She used that benefit she earned, the VA loan, and that meant, get this, 0 money down. Plus, no monthly mortgage insurance. That's a huge deal for her monthly budget. It's just an incredible program. And check out David's story. He's a teacher over in Warren County, had a 589 score. Because he found a house in an eligible area, he was able to use a 0 down USDA loan. It just goes to show you, you don't need a massive salary to make this happen. So see, these stories prove it can be done. It's totally possible. Now, the big question is, how do you get started? Let's switch gears from what's possible to how to do it with a simple action plan to make your application as strong as it can be.
All right, the key here is to focus on what you can actually control. So here are 4 simple steps. First, your credit cards. You want to get those balances down below 30% of your limit. Why? Because high balances look risky to lenders. Paying them down shows you're on top of your game. Second, play detective with your credit report. Seriously, get those free reports and hunt for any mistakes. If you find one, dispute it. It can make a huge difference. Third, don't forget your rent. If you have a solid history of paying on time, document it. It proves you're reliable. And last, but this is a big one, once you start this process, just stop applying for new credit. No new car loans, no new store cards, just pause everything until you've got the keys in your hand. These simple things can seriously boost your chances.
So there you have it. We've completely busted that myth. We've walked through the tools, and we've seen proof from real people who made it happen. That 580 credit score, it's not a brick wall. It's a starting line. You literally have the map to owning a home in Kentucky right in front of you. So the only question left is, what's your first step?